Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Holst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you fold up this guy?
It was tasty, delicious, and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube, and it's time for Tasty Tuesday because you know I love talking about food. It's one of the few things that we can all agree on. We may not agree on politics or sports teams or religions, but by gosh, we all love a good meal. And this is food related. We have a special guest here in the studio tonight. And you know her, you love her, you watch her on TV. And of course, I'm talking about Gabrielle Enright. Her name is Gabby, and she does the news at night. Woo, woo, woo! Big story is breaking news. She always gets it right. Been a while since we've heard this one.
I know. So honored.
Oh, Gabby, you're a newsy delight. A newsy delight, Gabrielle Enright.
So good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a while since you've been here.
Yes,
well,
it has.
Your schedule, I never know what your schedule is. And sometimes it's you're here and then you're not here. You've been on vacation, you're back. And,
right.
You know, it's just hard to try to plan. But then when I heard your chicken story, by the way, Gabrielle Enright, one of the biggest local chicken enthusiasts in the Miami Valley.
I do love my chickens.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I have chickens.
Yeah.
So, and that was something that I wanted. I got them for my birthday, probably about 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Well, we're dealing with this egg shortage and all the egg surcharges, and people are concerned about the impending egg riots.
Right.
And you've got this story tomorrow night that I wanted to talk about renting chickens. Now, I brought it up. I stopped by your desk earlier and I said, you know, if you'd like to come on and talk about this, I think it would be great because last week on the show, Ron Otto and I were discussing the possibility of trying to give away a chicken on the air.
Right.
So people could, you know, somebody could win a chicken and have their own egg supply.
Right.
But I checked with the legal Cox corporate people and said, we can't give away live poultry on the air.
I love that you went that far.
Well, I wanted to be sure. And I thought, well, this is ridiculous. But then it dawned on me. It's like, well, with a contest, you don't know really, and you can't pick who the chicken's going to end up with.
Right.
You don't want the chicken to fall into the wrong hands.
Well, and some communities don't allow backyard poultry.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a lot to it. And the reason I wanted to do this story is because I do love chickens so much.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you have them, you really value them because you're like, thank you for laying an egg for me today. Because
yes.
They're so expensive.
It's a gift.
It is a gift. And they give it to you every day. It's like when I used to think about Survivor and they go on there and they kill the chicken for the meat. I'm like,
yeah,
it would have laid an egg every day. Like,
every day.
What are you doing?
You could have protein.
Okay, that's a whole different discussion.
Right.
But
yes, it is.
The reason that I talk about the chickens is because a lot of people, they think, okay, I'm going to get these chicks and then I'll have eggs, and it can take up to 5 months, and there's a lot of care that goes to it, and there's predators, and are you allowed to have them? And
yeah,
you know, so there's a lot to it.
It's a lot. Yeah. It's not just like having a normal pet.
And there's responsibilities with everything, but yes, chickens,
right.
They're a little bit different.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But I think the shortage is everybody wants to get a backyard flock. So I wanted to make sure people knew what it took. And then I also wanted to let them know about rent the chicken. And
so there's a company locally where you can rent a chicken.
It's actually a national company.
Okay.
But if you like search what state you're in, like Homestead Bill, who you'll meet tomorrow.
Okay.
He covers Ohio, Indiana, and different areas. And
so he's the chicken czar.
He's like a chicken czar, but you'll also meet people from Happy Wife Acres. or Happy Wife, I've got to make sure that I get the thing. I've been using so many chicken puns that
I heard the commercial. It said something of the effect of
Happy Wife Acres.
Before you hatch your plan, make sure you know it's all that it's cracked up to be, or something.
Before you take a crack at it.
Yeah, very, very clever.
So you'll hear from people from Happy Wife Acres.
Yeah.
And then you'll also hear from Rent the Chicken. And Happy Wife Acres, these folks, they live in Fairborn.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of COVID chickens. And what I mean by that is people did the same thing during COVID. They wanted backyard animals. And so then people say,
wait a second. What people did with dogs and cats, which is a huge problem.
Right.
They did the same thing with chickens?
Yeah, because after a year or two, they stop laying and they don't know what to do with them. Or they said, you know what? I bought these things. They're not laying yet. It's been 5 months. My dog wants to eat them. And so they adopted back with the COVID chickens. So this could happen again. And so what I'm trying to do is
chickens.
Well, I mean, you come up with a name for it, but
I know, but I don't mean to make light of it. It's a serious thing, but it's just silly that people thought, I'm going to go out and get these chickens and then.
Well, but it happens. I mean, Happy Wife Acres. So they have a chicken class that they teach, and it's already booked up. Believe it or not, they have a dozen slots.
Are people flocking to it?
They are flocking to it. And there are 12 slots. There are a dozen have been filled. So they actually added another class. And, but they teach you how to do it. And they're saying, hey, if you've been planning on doing chickens, great. But if you're just doing it because of eggs, don't. But Rent the Chicken is a different scenario altogether.
So so when you rent the chicken,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to give it all away because you want people to watch. Does the chicken come to your house?
It does.
So wow.
You pay like a fee for 6 months.
Right.
And you can basically, it's like an all encompass chicken experience for you for 6 months.
Do they send, because I'm adopted. And before my parents were able to have me in their house, they sent, social workers to make sure the house. Do people come and check and make sure that the house and the surrounding areas is chicken friendly?
Well, Todd, there's a pecking order to this, as you can imagine. And I don't see, I'm full of them.
Every time you hear a pun, take a drink.
I'm telling you, I know. You want to take a crack at it, or you want me to?
I think you should.
Don't be chicken.
No, you have a better appeal.
Ooh, okay. All right. See. So when we're talking about this, but it's an experience, and you have to meet Homestead Bill, and Homestead Bill will actually walk you through the process. But he said that a lot of people do this. It's something that he has regular customers, and he's turned it into a business. And
people are flocking to him.
They are. They're flocking to him. Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't get on your egg on your face. He doesn't want any of that.
That's right. That's right.